Hey guys, what's up? My name is Hayden from the Magical Killer Cow YouTube channel, and today I'm back with another video for you guys. This one, surfing, is it useful? So today I just want to discuss, surfing, what it is and if it is useful. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what surfing is, I generally surf on my stream when I have a bit of spare time, and I do it in my spare time because I enjoy surfing, and I personally believe that it makes you a better player. But I'll get into that in a second. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what surfing is, it's a popular TF2 mod that originated from Counter-Strike Source. It's kind of paired up with bunny hopping, where if you hold space, you can jump around and you can build up speed that way. And it's basically a way that you surf off ramps on specific maps that were designed for surfing, and you'd use those to surf on. Now, you can surf off like small bits on general maps, but generally you can't really gain massive speed. So surfing, it's its own maps, it's its own mod. And I just want to kind of discuss it with you guys. So as I said, I surf often on my stream, and I surf in my spare time as well. And the map that you're watching right now is Surf Forbidden Ways NJV, which is my favourite map. And speedruns are very common in surfing. A lot of people try to get the best time on a map or see if they can beat their personal best. Like, personally, I'm not the best surfer. I do it in my spare time. I'm somewhat average at it. And on this map, I was just trying to see if I could get under 100. I don't manage to do it, but I believe I did it like a couple days later. Anyway, and there's a couple different servers for surfing in general. If you are interested in getting into surfing and seeing if you enjoy it and if you'd like to be somebody who surfs often, this server in particular that I was playing on was the Surfit EU. The Surfit and SuSurf servers are generally the best. They're where most of the records are held, and they have the best selection of maps. So I'll leave the IPs down below. There's a Surfit EU server, which is this one. Then there's a Surfit server, which is hard maps for America, and the SuSurf server, which is for new and beginner players that want to surf and get into surfing with easier maps. All those IPs will be down below as well. Now, what are the advantages of surfing? Why should you spend your time surfing and trying it out? Well, many players do it to practice their air strafing. And generally what you're doing is you're practicing how you can turn your mouse. Like, let's say you're playing medic and a rocket is shot at you. You can surf that rocket by jumping and timing that so that you'd fly up into the air. And then you can practice your air strafing to be able to get away from danger and be able to use that in-game. And it is a transferable skill that if you learn to air strafe and if you learn to be able to surf, you're going to be able to use it advantageously. I'm sure that's a word in games, and rocket jumping as well. You're going to learn how to air strafe when you're rocket jumping. Now, you could always just go on jump maps, and a lot of people do prefer jump maps. Like, that's just a thing that people do. People spend a lot of time on jump maps. Some people spend a lot of time surfing. It's just generally what you prefer and what you want to be doing. And if you are going to be jumping, you could also surf at the same time, and you're going to be able to learn to air strafe and really use that rocket jump effectively. And that's definitely something that some jump maps do, but not very many. So we're going to be seeing, or you'd be able to see if that's going to be a good idea for you, and if you are interested in doing something similar to that. Personally, I recommend surfing. It's so much fun. It's a really great way of just spending a little bit of time, just relaxing. You can surf around, you can join a random map, you can try get good at it, you can just practice, and it's really fun. If you are wanting to get into surfing, some basic tips are A and D are the main keys you want to use. It's generally keys that you're only going to be using. You really need to get a big mouse mat is going to be the best idea. You're going to have a lot of room to use your mouse, and that's really what you want to be using. And the A and D keys are the main ones you're going to be using as well. I personally hold down crouch and jump just because if I do get stuck, I can generally recover with bunny hopping off of wherever I jump off of. I believe earlier on in this video, I did almost mess up my first run, but I managed to recover just because I bunny hopped over it. If I wasn't holding down those keys, I'd just stop and lose all my momentum. So that's generally just something that I picked up over time. So A and D and a big mouse mat and a nice mouse is generally good. Playing around with your sensitivity, you don't want to get a different sensitivity for surfing personally. Like, if you want to surf just to get the best times, but you don't want it to benefit your in-game performance, you can change your sensitivity just for surfing whatever fits you. But I use my standard sensitivity when I surf so that I can make sure that anything I learn on surf maps, it's going to be able to transfer over to actual games as well. Never hold W is something that so many people forget, not only in surfing but also jump maps and rocket jumping in general. If you hold W, it's gonna hinder your performance of being able to air, strafe, and move. Also, if you're surfing down a ramp and you hold W or press W, even for half a second, you're gonna lose pretty much all your speed and just plummet down the side of the ramp, and you're not gonna be able to keep up that speed, and you're not gonna be able to get to the next ramp or whatever the map you're playing on is. Now, the third and final tip that I have for you guys for if you wanting to get into surfing is try hitting the top of the ramp and slide down to the bottom to gain speed. A lot of people are curious on, how are you supposed to gain speed on ramps. If you're going up and you're airborne and you're going down onto a ramp, try hit it as high up as possible and slide down to the bottom of it, but not falling off, and then you can just flick up whenever you need to go to your next ramp, and that's generally the best way to pick up speed and be able to make sure you're going to make it to the next ramp. So the final question and the main question of this video: is surfing useful? Personally, I think it is. It's fun to do. It's just generally something to pass some time, and it's great and it's enjoyable, and it also helps you to know how to move around whilst you're airborne. But maybe my opinion doesn't matter to you. I want to hear what you guys' opinions are. Please go ahead and leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about surfing. Do you think it's useful? Do you do surfing? Do you have any #1 times on any maps or anything? Let me know. I'm curious to see if you guys are interested in surfing, and if you guys think surfing is useful. Be sure to click that like button if you liked the video, dislike it if you didn't, subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos, and be sure to check out all the links in the description, and also the IPs to the surf servers that I personally play on will be down there as well. My name has been Hayden, and I will see you all in the next one.